Good day, everyone. My name is Lawrence A. Cornelio from BSEC 3 of Bicol University, Palangi, and today I will be discussing my laboratory activity number 7, which is convolution of analog signal. Now, let's proceed to our code. So, first is import NumPy for mathematical operation, then matplotlib for plotting, and cp.signal import convol for the convolution. Now, now we create a time axis t is equal to np.namespace -5, 5, 1000. So we generate 1000 points from -5 to +5. Then we calculate dt as time spacing between samples, which we need to properly scale our convolution result. So t1 minus t0. So now we define the rectangular pulse. So our first signal xt is a rectangular pulse using np.where t is greater equal to 0 and t less than is equal to 2, 1, 0. So we set the value to 1 whenever time is between 0 and 2 seconds and 0 everywhere else. This creates a simple pulse that turns on at t equals 0 and turns off at t equals 2. This represents a finite duration input signal. Then our second signal ht, so h is equal to np dot exp negative t times t greater equals to 0. So this was an exponential decay. So the parts this make this casual the signal is 0 from negative time. So for positive time, it decays as e to the power of negative t. So this represents the impulse of a first order system like an RC circuit. So notice how it starts at amplitude 1 then gradually approaches 0. So for plotting, for the convolution, so using CP that signal convolved with mode full, which compute the entire convolution, including overlapping regions, the convolution operation mathematically represents how the rectangular pulse is smeared or filtered by the exponential decay. So we multiply by dt to properly scale this result because we are working with discrete approximation of continuous signal. The scaling ensures the amplitude is correct. So the convolution output has a different length than the input with full. The representing length is the sum of both signal lengths minus 1. So we create tconv is equal to np dot lane space 2 times t0, 2 times t1, then len y. So using this properly aligns the convolved signal in time. Now, set up the figure and for subplot, so we create PLT figure fixed size 12.8. So we have 12 in. So this is 12 by 8 inches. Then we saw the first subplot show XT signal. We plot the rectangular pulse, then fill between, function shade, under the curve with transparency. Now, first let's run this code. So wait, here. So as you can see, this was the first subplot for rectangular pulse. So as you can see, from 0 to 2, the pulse is 1, and anywhere else is 0. Then the second subplot is for the exponential decay. So as you can see here, and from negative value, the pulse is 0. Then from 0, it came from peak. It peaks on 1, then slowly decay. And third, for the third subplot is the convolution result. So the third subplot, so you see the convolving of the rectangular pulse with an exponential. So this result represents of the output of a system with exponential impulse response when driven by a rectangular pulse input. So that's all. Thank you.